from Lady Obscure, and I'm here at the Webster in Hartford, Connecticut, and I'm here with the lovely Charlotte Wessels from Delain.
Good evening. Good to see you again.
Good to see you again. As you may have seen, we already did part one of our interview on 70,000 tons of metal, which was amazing, being able to talk to you and pretty much see you everywhere on the boat.
Yes.
So much that she took out a restraining order against me, but I won't hold that against you. It's okay. I understand. But we discussed her Phantasma side project, but today we are talking all things about Delain.
Fantastic.
And today is the second day to the tour, the new...
It is.
Yes. So you played Starling Ballroom last night.
Yesterday.
And how was the opening of the tour?
It was, production-wise, it was a typical opening of the tour. Like, we all kind of have to find our way around, you know, the gear and the new stuff and the old stuff and bringing it all together. But we had a wonderful, warm audience, and, you know, that kind of outshines any kind of technical challenges. So, yeah, it was running and flying, but in the end we had a super good night.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And tonight I was able to get in just in time to see you.
Good, good.
There was a line around the block, of course, and the crowd reaction seemed amazing. So
yeah, I think we can be happy with that. It looked, from where we were, it looked really nice.
Yeah, it was totally packed and people were loving your set, and as always. And now let's talk about first 70,000 tons of metal. You played 2 times, which I saw both sets, and you played amazing as usual. You had a great response, and you had the first time was in the not the ballroom, but the theater.
Yeah.
And they let in everyone just as you were starting the intro to one of your songs, so everybody came running to the front, which I was one of them. I was like, okay, I need to be up front. But it was an amazing set both times, and the ice rink you played again. How was it playing at 70,000 tons of metal? This was your second time playing there, right?
Yeah, it was. It was. Well, you know, we have great memories from the first time we were there, and you know, every time we have something like that, you know, it's the second time going to top it. I'm actually happy to say that, you know, our expectations were really high, but we've had a fantastic time again. And, you know, the gigs were great, but it's more like the entire experience of being on the boat and in the sun with everybody. It was fantastic.
Yeah,
honestly, I had a great time.
I agree. That was my first time going, and you were obviously one of the bands that I wanted to see the most, as usual. How many times, you know? But I've always supported the band since, you know, the beginning. But it was amazing being able to see you on the boat and even interacting with all the fans. You know, I saw you with so many fans.
I mean, it's one of the nice things about the boat is that rather than, you know, usually when you go out into an audience after you've done a gig, everybody knows you'll be gone in like, well, 30 minutes or an hour or whatever time you have before the bus leaves. So it can be really relaxed, but it can also be really crowded, and you don't have the time to really speak to everybody. And but the good thing is about the boats, you're on the boat for like 5 days.
Exactly.
So, and I know that sometimes artists can be a little bit intimidated by being, you know, approached by a lot of people. But the thing is, on the boat, you know, you're there all the time, so it's way more relaxed, and I feel everyone's way more relaxed. So that's just a very nice thing about it. Like, the atmosphere is, I think it's the same for everybody, you know, whether you're working there or just there to watch bands and every time.
And I agree, and I think the best part about it was on the boat, we didn't even have a scheduled interview. I was gonna do the interview here, and you were just so amazing just to say, why don't we do a separate one here? And we did. And we did it right on the pool deck with our frilly drinks in hand. And
gin tonic.
You had the gin and tonic, and I had a sex on the beach. Mark Jansen, that sex on the beach was for you. But it was just amazing to be able to see you the whole time and just run into you pretty much everywhere. But now the other thing we want to talk about is Lunar Prelude,
Yes.
the new EP. And I just did my own review of it not too long ago, and I think it's a great way to keep fans held over until the brand new album, because there's 2 new songs, a new reworking of a song off of the Human Contradiction, and then you have the live songs.
Exactly.
So it's perfect. I mean, it's something that a Delain fan is gonna love.
I hope so.
The new songs are killer. Now, did Meryl play on those songs?
Like, we're trying to, whenever, like, we're in a team now, we've been doing this for 10 years. So we're kind of easing into it, like whenever there's new members, it's kind of always a matter of finding who's going to do what and how it's going to be in the recording process. And now for the album, she's really working along. I don't know what exactly of the guitars that went on the EP are which, but you know, we're always trying to involve everyone into the process. And yeah, it's really nice to see how everybody contributes, you know, in their different parts. And the good thing, you know, through the changes that we've had is that in the writing team with Guus and Martijn and myself, it kind of always remains the same. And then once we feel like we've got a structure of a song, then everybody comes in and looks at their parts and, you know, sees how they can interpret it and bring their own thing into the music. And that's something that I'm really interested to see how it's going to evolve now with 2 guitarists.
Yes.
And how that's going to work out on the next record.
Well, in a live setting, she fits right in. And
yeah, and it's amazing because we've been able to play songs that we couldn't even play before, because on a record we never really think like, oh, this is too many guitars to do live. We just think like the record should sound as good as the record can sound. Well, we had the problem in the past that then when we wanted to play it live with 1 guitar, that you kind of miss something. So we've added a lot of songs to our repertoire already that really work now with the 2 guitars. And that didn't really hit the spot before. So it really, you know, next to the fact that she's of course a great addition to the team and the family, because we spend a lot of time in buses together, like on top of each other. So it's really important to have also that kind of good group connection. But other than that, we've already noticed, like on stage, the huge addition it is to the music that we can perform live.
Yeah, I think she definitely adds to the live presentation.
Yeah,
it's great seeing your chemistry on stage was really cool, and seeing you even tonight now that she's playing bass, because Otto is at home, but he's at home for a good reason.
He is.
Yes, he's expecting, well, not him, but his his girlfriend's expecting, so that's great that, you know, that he can come in and she can kind of fill that role.
Yeah,
so that's fantastic. But we miss you, Otto.
We do.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Which I got to see him on the boat too, and got to hang out with him. And now, as far as 70,000 Tons of Metal, what was your highlight for the whole, besides playing?
I think on the, because even though it's one of the most relaxed places to work, I'm always really with my head in the next gig. So I feel like I cannot really let my guard down until the last gig is played.
Yeah.
So for me, obviously, the night after, you know, our last gig, which was the final night of the run, was the time when I really got to, you know, get crazy. And I think probably the best part was Dragon Force's set.
I heard something that you were in the mosh pit for Dragon Force on the last night. Is that true?
Of course it is.
That's great.
I was crowd surfing and moshing.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And I was in the mosh pit for the first time that they played, when they played their makeup gig, and I was in the mosh pit with Meryl, and she jumped on my back and we bulldozed through the crowd.
Yeah, fantastic.
It was amazing, but just being able to see that you had fun and you were able to enjoy yourself. Now, when you were in Jamaica, was there anything? Did you go to the beach and drink?
We went to the beach and we drank and we we got to experience some Jamaican culture. Interpret that actually. And
I think I can.
And no, it was very nice and sunny and relaxed, and it was cool.
Yeah, it was definitely a beautiful day that we got to spend in Jamaica itself. But now, if you were asked back, do you feel like you'd want to come back for a third time?
Of course. Is that a question?
Silly question.
Sorry.
That was a silly
question.
But it's just an amazing time for all the bands, and being able to see all the bands interact and be able to see them, at breakfast and just hanging out on the deck, and it's just such a unique thing. So when is the new album due? Now that you have Lunar Prelude is out.
Yeah.
When's the new album?
Probably somewhere halfway 2016. Like more leaning towards fall than summer.
Okay. And will there be any surprises in store?
No surprises.
No surprises
we don't
at all?
do surprises.
No.
It's like no.
Well, I was lucky enough to be at your listening session on the boat.
Yes.
And I did get to hear a sneak preview of a new song that's not titled yet, and it sounded incredible. It sounded heavy, yet Delain.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited about the new material that we have so far, we are going into actually quite a crazy year. We have the EP now. We're doing this tour, and after that, we're going to finish the album. But then we've also got our 10-year anniversary coming up very soon. We're going to celebrate that as well, and that's going to be interesting. That's going to be a surprise as well. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to this year in general, because there is so many good stuff happening.
Yeah. I'm so happy for all the success that you're having and everything that you guys are experiencing now. And I mean, how many times have you already played in the United States since Prog Power in 2010, which is the first time I got to see you live, was at Prog Power then. I mean, you guys seem like you're in demand and people want to see you, in an opening role and in a headlining role eventually. So I think it's fantastic that you guys have, come this far. And I do have, we can end the interview, and I'm going to make a confession to you.
Oh boy.
This is a confession. In 2010, one of the reasons why I wanted to go to Prog Power was to see Delain play their first US show. And I hadn't run into you at all that whole weekend. I'd never met you before. And when you did your signing session, it was during Seventh Wonder, who I really wanted to see. So I was watching them, and then I decided, I'm going to go out in the hallway because you were doing your signing session, and your line was almost done. So I said, I'm going to get in line. So I got in line, and I met you, and I don't know why, but I was super, super nervous to meet you. I don't know why, but I was super nervous to meet you, but then I met you, and you were so nice, as you always are. But now, after all this time, now just seeing you, it's like, it's my friend Charlotte, and it's just amazing.
We go way back.
We go way back, you. But it's just amazing to be able to see you as much as I do now, and when you're touring in the States.
Yeah, I mean, and we're really happy to be able to come back here as much as we do, and because we've always felt that we were really welcome here, like yourself. And it's we just want to keep coming back, and who knows, maybe in time we can headline.
Absolutely. I think the headlining is the next step as far as the U.S.
Yeah, I mean, we're having a great time here, of course. We're with bands that we've toured with before, and there's one big, reunion. So it's completely awesome. But we want to take that step.
That's fantastic. So again, I'm so happy for all your success. And for everybody that is a Delain fan, the new EP, Lunar Prelude, is out now on Napalm Records. So go get it. And thank you so much, Charlotte, for taking the time out for our part 2 of our interview.
Awesome.
And I hope to talk to you again soon. And for Lady Obscura, this is Matt, aka the Honey Badger, and take care, and we will see you down the road. Thank you, Charlotte.
Thank you.